Good evening everyone. Today we are going to do the daily Leetcode challenge of 11 February 2023, that is question number 1129, shortest path with alternating colors. We are given an integer n that denotes number of nodes in a directed graph where nodes are labeled from 0 to n minus 1. Each edge is red or blue in this graph. There could be self edges and parallel edges. We are given two array which denotes red edges and blue edges. That tells us the where the red edge is directed from or where blue edge is directed from. We have to return an answer array of length n, where each answer x is the length of shortest path from node 0 to node x, such that edge colors alternate along the path, or return -1 if such path does not exist. So let's move on to the example and understand it better. What they want us to do is that they have given you and node is equal to 3, that is 0. Now let me draw them. 0 node, 1 node and 2 node. And the directed graph, as it is directed graph, they have given you red edges. Red edge 1 is from 0 to 1 and second is from 1 to 2. And there is 0 blue edge. So you have to return the shortest path. So let's say shortest path here will be, let me draw it from red itself. So shortest path from 0 to 0 is 0. Then from 0 to 1 it is 1, and then from 1 to 2 it is 2. But we cannot take this path because it is not of blue color, because in the question they are asking you to give alternate color along the path. So the answer to this question will be 0, 1 and -1, 0, 1 and -1, because this path is not possible. Suppose there you was given 0, 1 and 2. And this path was red, and this path was blue. So in this case your answer would have been 0 for its, then 1 for here, then 1 for here, that is 0, 1, 1. And suppose if this was red and this was blue, then answer would have been the same, 0, 1, 1. No difference. So I hope you understood what the question is trying to say. So as we have to return the shortest path, and for every shortest path question you must have seen this approach, that is BFS. Whenever you run a BFS, it always gives you shortest path in an undirected graph. But for weighted graphs you have to apply Dijkstra's algorithm. But if it is unweighted graph or it is directed or undirected, doesn't not matter. In BFS it will give you shortest path if it is not weighted graph, that is unweighted graph. So you can apply BFS. Why BFS will give you the shortest path? That should come in your mind. For that you have to study BFS. To give you a brief idea, BFS works level by level. So, and we are also marking the nodes visited as visited. So we are likely to reach the shortest path for every node. If we are starting from here, we will reach its nearer path, then nearer path, and so on. That's why BFS all gives you a shortest path, but only for unweighted graph. And what is weighted and unweighted? Weighted means you are given the time to travel this distance. That is 2 units, 4 units, something like that you can think. Please study about it if you have no idea about it. Now let's try to think on the actual approach. How do we do it? So let's make another example. Let's consider we are given 4 nodes. 4 n is equal to 4. Let's draw them 0, 1, 2 and 3. So we are, let's say the path from 0 to 1 is red. Then path from 1 to 2 is blue. Then it is red. This path is also blue. This path is also blue. So if we start in this question, we will start with what? We will start 0 distance is 0, then it is 1 distance. Alternate path, this is not possible, this is possible. Because after red you should also always choose blue path. There is only alternate choice available. So for here it will be 2, and here you will get at 3 steps. Okay. So what if we start with this blue? We can also do that. If we start with this blue 0, this is 0. This 2 will get updated to 1. Then this 3 will get updated to 2. So the shortest path will be this one. We would not get this answer. But what if this was red? Then in that case your answer would have been 3. So how do we actually do this question? First thing, we would have known that we have to apply BFS, that is for sure. But to deal with such alternate condition, because this is blue and this is red, what we will do? we will start BFS simultaneously. We will start BFS with this red and this blue path simultaneously. We will check both the neighbors of it. And we will always get shortest path because we are applying BFS. The only catch in this question was to deal with this alternate colors. Rest is simple BFS call. You can apply BFS and get the shortest path. To deal with this alternate colors, we will apply BFS simultaneously. We will go with the blue path and we will go with the red paths at the same time. And we will make sure that we are following an alternate path. Otherwise, we would return -1. So that is what you have to do. You have to follow the alternate path by applying BFS simultaneously. So, and BFS will make sure that your path is shortest. So how do we deal with that alternate paths? Let's move on to the code part and we will understand it better. So to code this, we will start with creating a vector answer, because we have to return a vector answer, and initialize every value with -1, because if there is no path possible, we will return -1. We have initialized our vector. Now we need to create adjacency list, or you can say directed graph, which will mark the edges, that whether the edge is red or edge is blue. So for that we will create two vectors of size n red and blue n size. After that we have to mark the directed edges, that is the direction of red edge from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and in this case blue edge direction from 2 to 1. We have to mark that. How do we do it? For auto and v red edges as here, and then we will do red v0 dot push back v1. This is marking a directed edge. Same we will do for the blue edges, and here it will be blue v0 to v push back. And when we are done with this, after that what we have to do, we have to make a queue to start our BFS. And queue will not be a simple queue. We will make a queue of pair. Inside this we will store integers and a string. Why a string? I will tell you, just a second. So if we have made this queue, what this means is we are storing the node value 0, node distance, and node color, the previous edge color. So for 1 it is 1, distance is 1, and previous edge color is red. And for 2 it is node is 2, distance is 1, previous edge color was blue. So we are storing it. So we can keep a count. So let me write it. It is what? It is a pair of node length and previous edge color. We are storing it. We also need to make different separated visited array, so we can mark the different arrays. That is, we can mark the red visited array and blue visited array, that we can make sure that there is an alternate path possible. So we can find every possibility for a certain node. If two nodes receiving, that is one is red and one is blue, we have to consider both the possibility to get the shortest path. So we have to create a separate visited node to check whether red is visited or blue is visited. We cannot mark the node visited. We have to check the previous node, that previous edge is red or blue. So for that we will create a, let's write v red. It should be boolean to the track. Size should be n and false. Also a visited blue array that will store n comma false. So this will be stored, and we have to make v red 0 is equal to true, because first node will be visited already. Only we can start our BFS, and v blue 0 is equal to true as well. After that we have to push. What push? We have to push first node, that is 0th node, distance will be 0, and initially it won't be having anything. Let's say none, that no color is assigned to it, red or blue, nothing. Then we will start our actual BFS. So for BFS, the overview or body remains same, that is while queue is not empty, auto temp is equal to queue dot front, and then we will pop the queue. After we pop the queue, what we will do? We will assign int node. Node is what? Queue dot first dot first, and length will be queue dot first dot second. that is inside our pair, the first element is the node and the first of second element is the length, that is distance, and string edge color will be q dot second, and the second pair is string which is showing the color. Now what we will do, if our answer node is -1, that is initially it is initialized with -1, so if it is -1 we will update it with length, the length, because we have to return this answer array. So let's write return answer. We will return this answer array where we have updated the shortest path distance length. After that, if we write if edge color is equal to red, then we have to start for checking for blue. But if we do that, initially we have not assigned it, and what we wanted simultaneous working, yes or no? So instead of writing initially checking for red first case, we will write if it is not red, what that means it is blue or it is of no color, then we can start our search. So what we will do, for int v2 red node, now we will check if v red, let's say it should be x to better understanding. If v red x is equal to false, if it is not visited we will mark it as visited and we will push it to our queue push x, and we will increment the length by 1 and we will push the color of the node, that red color is pushed. For blue we will write the same. Now it should be blue node. If edge color is not equal to blue, then we have to search for the blue node. Then we will check in the v blue and we will update our v blue and we will push the color blue. So now understand this very carefully. What is happening? Initially it has no color, so it will run this loop, this if condition as well, and it will run this if condition as well. So simultaneous BFS is happening in this way. But if you would have written equal to red or equal to blue, your BFS would not have started in such cases, because initially it is not having any color. Yes or no? You can either start with red edge or you can either start with blue edge. It's up to you. You can start with any of the edge. So that's why simultaneous BFS is working here. That's why we have applied it. So I think it is done. Yes, I think it should work. Let's just run it and check whether it is working or not. What we have written, we forgot to add this comma and it should be like this. So now it should work. Okay. So here what we have done, we should have written this as temp, not queue, because we have popped the queue, so it is empty in the first case itself, so it won't move further. Now it should work. So please avoid these little mistakes. Understand the logic, because that is what matters. You can debug your code anytime. So I hope you liked the video. Let's just check whether it is accepted or not. So yeah, it is running and accepted. So all you had to deal in this question was, it was very simple. You have to find the shortest path by BFS. All you have to deal with this alternate color condition, and for that you applied BFS simultaneously for red and blue nodes both, because you can either take any of the path, and you have written the shortest path because BFS always returns shortest path in an unweighted graph. So the time complexity in this case would be O of n, and the space complexity will also be of O of n. BFS is running only one time and you are getting the answer. So that is all you had to do in this question. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.